Hi, and welcome to M1 Yarns. I'm Jamie, the dyer behind m1yarns.com, and you can find me everywhere on Ravelry, Instagram, Facebook at M1 Yarns. And today I'm bringing to you another finished object video. And this is the Polaroid by Kraftling. That's her designing brand name, and her name is Jolene Craft. I saw this on another podcast where Haley of Lock Knits was talking about how she was doing like a project swap for the holidays with a group of friends. And she chose this pattern and knit it in a very neutral, like browns and ivories and kind of earthy tones, which is usually my jam. And it was so gorgeous that it grabbed my attention. So I looked up the pattern, and basically this, I'll insert a photo here of the pattern photo, but the palette was so cheery, and I thought, wow, that is just what I need in the middle of a gloomy winter, which here in Michigan, it typically is pretty gloomy, January and February. This year hasn't been too bad. I mean, we're having beautiful sunshine today. In fact, you know, I didn't really need a whole lot of extra lighting today to film this video. So that being said, I thought I would like a real happy winter sweater. And so I thought, I love the palette that the designer chose. I'm going to dye this exact, well, I'm going to basically go for like that exact palette. And I pretty much, I'll get into what I did and didn't do from the pattern. But I basically wanted to mimic exactly how the sweater was. I wanted the sleeves to be kind of a little extra longer than usual. I usually like my sleeves to end like, oh wait a minute, I have to set my laptop down. I usually like my sleeves to be kind of like right there. Really just cover my wrist. But I wanted a more casual look, so I wanted something that kind of, you know, kind of came to my pinky-ish type of thing, if you will. Because this was just such a fun, happy sweater and a little less formal than a lot of the patterns that I tend to knit. And so then it was like early to mid-January when I saw this and dyed. These are minis, and then the this charcoal color was a full skein. I actually used a couple skeins for my size. But anyway, I dyed this sweater kit, put it in my shop for others to partake of this fun palette, and I decided that it would be really fun if I could challenge myself to knit this sweater from start to finish within the month of February, being the shortest month of the year. And you hear a lot about this, like, bang out a sweater in a month kind of thing, especially for February since it's the shortest month of the year. And I know I can definitely make lots of sweaters from start to finish within a month. But what I thought for me was really challenging was, number one, I was working on another project that I really wanted to finish. Number two, this is fingering weight yarn. And I thought, oh my gosh, that's for sure like where the challenge lies. Because DK and up, I could definitely knit a sweater in, you know, like 2 to 3 weeks pretty comfortably, depending. But this being fingering weight, which I don't have a lot of fingering weight sweaters, and I would like more of, because I think, number one, they pack really well for trips, and I love to travel. Number two, they take less space in your closet, which as an avid knitter is becoming a serious problem. And number three, I really like the professional, like, finish and feel of fingering weight. I just think it looks more store-bought in a way. Like, you don't see a lot of chunky sweaters in the store, right? You see a lot of pretty pretty fine weight. I'm on a tangent now. But anyway, so I had all that in mind. So I cast this on February 1st. Today is February 27th. And as you can see, it is finished. It is blocked. I just got done taking finished object photos, which I always have a lot of fun with. And I just took them outside to try to get some of this good lighting that we're having. But I didn't realize it was so windy and my hair was like literally going everywhere. I was trying to hold my hair back while taking the photo and make it look kind of natural. Anyway, so yeah, within the month of February, I'm done, fully done. All the ends are woven in. Everything is done. What's really exciting to me, I think, and this is a project bag I have by Tanny Casey. What's really exciting about this is that there are leftovers. I love leftovers. Not so much food, depending on the cuisine, but I love yarn leftovers because I like to repurpose, basically, to find new meaning in my project yarn. And I could have done this before recording, but how much fun would that be? So I have the 5 mini skeins. I have these left, and I have the main color yarn left, and I've weighed my balls and I have enough yarn to knit a pair of socks. So that is exactly what I'm going to do. And how cute would it be to have like, oh, I didn't even think about it. I was just going to make them like stripey with, you know, kind of work these in randomly. But what if I applied this motif? That might be a challenge. That might really test my wannabe pattern designer brain by trying to like take this chart. Actually, that wouldn't be that hard because okay, so let me just say this. This is a great first color work sweater. If you've never knit color work before, this is where it's at. It's a 4-stitch repeat. So you don't have a lot of chart to look at. And you know how sometimes you see a color work sweater and it's got this huge chart that takes up the whole page. This breaks it down into like, I want to say 5 charts, which are bite size. Maybe 10 rows. I want to say it's like, see where these blue thin lines are? And then here I think I did pink. Those are the sections. So section 1, section 2, section 3, section 4. So there's 4 charts, I want to say. And it's a 4-stitch repeat. So if I did a sock pattern that was a number of stitches divisible by 4, in theory, I should be able to take this motif and apply it, like, maybe I could just apply part of it to the leg portion and then maybe make the foot completely like just like the body, just, you know, like who sees the foot? Or maybe just do a little bit along the top. So like the top of the sock could be, I don't know, some version of this. Comment below, let me know what you think, because I obviously haven't cast these socks on and I would love to. I like the idea of of socks to go with a sweater. Pattern designers, take note. Make a design that you can get both out of one pattern, like a twofer. Anyway, what else can I say about this? So I'm a loose knitter. Typically I go down a needle size, and I did. I knit this on a US 3. The yoke knit was so fun to knit up. I knit this up in 8 days. And of course, stockinette is super easy and like potato chip knitting, which I love. This was not at all stressful. So if you've never done color work, do not be intimidated by this. I basically went just as the pattern was designed as far as like where the colors fall. And I'm gonna get close so you can really see. The white doesn't pop too much. The only thing I did differently, and like only you and I will ever know, I think this was supposed to be orange with yellow in the middle instead of I did yellow. You can barely see the orange in the middle of the stitch. And then somewhere in here I reversed something, and then so I just kind of did my own thing after that, and like whatever I reversed, I was consistent with doing it wrong, let's say. I don't know. I don't really have anything else to add. It's a fantastic sweater, and I just love that it's like fun up here, classic for the body and arms. I paired it with a high-waisted skirt. This one in particular is from Not Perfect Linen. I love their, I think it's called the City Skirt, and it's basically just like a 1950s style mid-leg. It's got pockets. It goes with everything. And this is like my go-to black skirt that you can dress up and down. I think this sweater would look awesome with jeans. Yeah. I don't normally love like a crew neck sweater. I love turtlenecks. I love V-necks. But I really love the fit of this. And I wasn't gonna, I wasn't sure, I should say. I wasn't sure that it was going to fit me right. But I did gauge swatch. I got gauge. I trusted the process. So that was very gratifying. So this is the Polaroid, and I'm a happy camper. There are still kits available in the shop if you would like this palette. And if you make it, please tag me and tell me what you think about the pattern. And yeah, another fantastic FO. Thanks for joining me here, and I'll talk to you later.